エメルソン・トーメ選手はブラジル出身の元サッカープレイヤーで、ポジションはセンターバック。現役時代はイングランドプレミアリーグのチェルシーやポルトガルのベンフィカといった世界トップクラスのクラブでプレーをしていました。2006から2007年の現役最後のシーズンでは J リーグのヴィッセル神戸でもプレーした経験を持ちます。
But the Japanese start to hit the marks. A little bit like I smell a medal, Olympic medal, World Cup medal.
But when I go to other country in Europe, for example, like Portugal, Turkey, I always think like, oh, the football culture is completely different compared to Japan, you know, because everyone follows football on the TVs in Europe.
Yeah.
But, you know, people in Japan, only some part of people like football, soccer. So
it's nothing easy to change culture, to change mentality, history. You know, it's very hard. This could be taking a long time.
Yes,
even a long time. I mean, I'm gonna give an example too. Uruguay, probably one of the smallest countries in terms of population in South America. They've been twice world. I know it's a long time ago. Peñarol, Nacional, Defensor. There are one or two other clubs there which used to be strong teams on Libertadores.
Libertadores.
Okay?
Yeah.
Or even when you look into the national team, Uruguay is always up there fighting with Brazil and Argentina for the Sudamericanos and stuff like that. Okay? And you're talking about 3.5 million people. But theirs is the culture, the passion is football for them is everything. It's nothing else around. When you have spread about your views about something else, it's always a mixing and a big confusion, a bit disappointment. I supporting Vizio, then I supporting Kobe Vizio baseball team, and if you don't give a shit for Vizio, I'm gonna watch that team. This is too much to choose to pick from, and this is for me is tough to deal with. Okay, when you go Shohei being in Brazil, you know what I'm talking about. When you have nothing else to do. And then more small, poor villages. What are you gonna do? There are a lot of small kind of jokes to play around because I have done loads. But football are the main one. Okay? Because the boys like to bike, but you don't have the money to have the bike. And to everyone to grab a little bit and buy a small football, and even if it's just like a plastic one, and everyone like 20 guys, 30 guys running and behind of it, it's easier. But when you go to fashionable, rich cultures and countries, it's much more easy to be distracted to something else. I have my boy. My boy have no interest whatsoever with football. I bring him, you give him national, you give him nice shoes, shin pads, socks, everything. I was playing without shoes with my feet, rocks and hitting rocks with my feet. No nice balls, nothing. And I used to washing, cleaning my mom's house, myself and my brother, just to go outside to play. Now you pay an academy, you do everything. They're not happy with it, you know.
Amazing environment.
Basically, the generation is so weak, and just to think I have to rely on that in the future on them, can get me a little bit confusion, you know. But at the end of the day, it's always some good ones is still out there, and finger crossed and hope. Do you know, I'm living miles away from the town when I was a kid. When I go to the town from my village, I have an hour in the bus every day. And then when I go to play Internacional Porto Alegre, which is my academy starting level in Brazil, I have like 1 hour, then walking across the city center about 20 minutes to go to another area, and I have to pick another bus to go another 35 minutes to go to the training. You know, every day 4 buses. Then after that, when I had 15, started studying on a night. Hard life. And then because my family was poor, I also worked myself a little bit. And this is all about. And nowadays I know there are still people out there doing that. And there are a lot of marginal people which is suffering loads. And unfortunately, this is a growing culture now. It's a growing. South America is like that. A lot is being spread strongly. started happening in Europe. A lot of immigration, people wants to come and work, charging a better life, a better condition to survive. But Europe doesn't have that power to input power to support all of those things. No, that's what I'm talking about. Culture again. Everyone has to stay where they are belong. I'm not saying you don't have like a mixing culture and changing, moving and coming for a reason of working or whatever. We cannot only say nice things. We cannot only think nice things. We have to be prepared. Our mental strength, our ability to observe difficulties, because when things going about nicely, it's very nicely to receive that gifts. You know? But I think it's not being pessimist talking here. I went in Japan, very organized mentality. A lot of people on the tubes and the metros and the trains, but nice. He's living in Brazil, I live in Brazil, even here. I mean, it's not a nice place to be early in the morning, I'd say that.
But there can be great like experiences, right? You learn a lot of things from living in Brazil, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My youthness time gave me that aware and whispering to say, I don't want to come back there.
He always say to me like when he was living in Brazil, it was like, you know, the Brazil taught him how to survive.
University for the life.
Yeah.
The best thing I got it as a kid. I doesn't have money. My family's like a working class family. It's the mentality my mom, my dad gave to me, to my brother and sisters, which give us the cushion, the strength to strive. Our efforts towards life. Everyone try to get the best, pushing and pulling out of the strings the best you have. I'm so glad. I'm so pleased for that. Absolutely pleased for that. And that is something is Brazil gives to us, you know, like the frightness to become just another one or become someone. And I'm glad we become someone. I don't think any life is more valuable than the other. I'm not gonna change anything. Okay? I just hope sometimes those conversations change a little bit our attitude, our mentality, our attitude. You know, you sitting in Portugal, you see a lot of people smoking, take the cigarettes and throw on the floor. You have here to put the stove, to put the cigarettes here. The small things, small attitude towards the something, change lives. You know, this is life. You know.